Hello. So, welcome to this presentation where we are going to dive into understanding and embracing your unique feminine energy. So, today we're going to explore what it means to be in your feminine energy, how to embrace the nuanced beauty of acceptance in your own skin. I'm also going to speak directly to the women watching this. Sorry, guys, but towards the end, we're going to get into some additional things that I want to speak directly to the women on. So, feminine energy is a term that describes qualities and characteristics often associated with femininity as such as like intuition, emotion, compassion, receptivity, nurturing. These qualities are not exclusive to women, can be present in anyone regardless of gender. So let me pause there for a moment. Feminine energy is not the same as femininity, okay? As a matter of fact, if I were to relabel things, I would call feminine and masculine energy something like receptive and active energy. That way we stop associating it with gender, but I digress. That really comes from the Chinese philosophy where feminine energy is actually referred to as yin, the receptive principle, and the receptive counterpart to the yang, which is more of an assertive principle or energy. But anyway, in personal growth and development, cultivating feminine energy can involve like tapping into one's intuition, or in our circles we hear about it being prophetic. It's also tapping into the space of emotions, emotion regulation, emotion embracing, stuff like that, emotional intelligence, developing empathy, compassion for others, being open to new experiences and perspectives. All of those are pieces of feminine energy. It's important to note that feminine energy is not superior to masculine energy, just as masculine energy is not superior to feminine. Both are necessary for a balanced and healthy life. The key is to find the balance between the two, allow them to coexist and complement each other. So what's really cool is this is true of individuals, like what we're addressing right here, in couples, right? Balancing the masculine and feminine energy between the couple, in families, even in organizations. It's kind of a fun exercise to begin discerning the dominant energy in these groups. We're not going to get into that today, but it's just kind of fun. In this teaching, I want to address how to get comfortable in your own feminine energy skin. Being uncomfortable with this energy is not exclusive to men. There's many women that are really uncomfortable in their feminine skin and the expression of femininity, which is what I'm going to get into towards the end. But we're briefly going to go over, what feminine energy is and what it is not. So that's oftentimes why people get uncomfortable, because they actually have some of that that's not really clear. But how we can embrace our feminine energy better, we're going to talk about that and some practical tips, how to overcome the mindset challenges around feminine energy, and some of those practical applications that I always give you after each lesson, and how to exercise this and grow in this. So feminine energy is not about being feminine as the world or culture or whatever defined it. Ladies, it is not about wearing red lipstick and having your makeup all done, right? Unless that makes you feel more powerful in your emotional intelligence or your intuitiveness or your ability to nurture and operate in grace. There's no need to go out and buy, a bunch of pink ruffly dresses and fill up your closet unless that makes you feel powerfully feminine. Likewise, men, being in your feminine energy is not about being weak and helpless. Please understand, feminine energy is not weak, it's really powerful. It's actually quite the opposite, men. When you learn how to balance and flow in between your masculine and feminine energy, whoo, makes you extremely powerful. So, some of the things that they're not, right? So, embracing your feminine energy involves recognizing and valuing how your own unique qualities and traits can be expressed in their feminine. Remember, feminine energy is a receptive and internal energy. So everything to do with feminine energy is really about doing the inside job, the inside work. But this can include embracing your physical appearance as well as personality and values. It's about finding and celebrating what makes you uniquely you. I bring up physical appearance because I know last month Dave talked about the exercise on getting active. I wanted to point out how that masculine activity can also benefit the feminine energy development and how you begin to feel about yourself from the inside in that activity. Also, we're going to talk about self-care. So this is really a kill two birds with one stone type of thing, and tying it into that prior lesson. I know getting comfortable in our own skin with our own unique beauty and appearance can be a difficult journey, especially in a world where there's a lot of pressure to conform to certain standards of appearance, even for men, right? While elevating this masculine energy. It's all active and aggressive and, all this kind of stuff, unbalanced, as if it's superior. Just don't buy into that, you guys. Just set that aside. That is not it. All right. It's important to remember that there is no one right way to express feminine energy. Feminine energy is a set of characteristics and traits. And then as you operate and express them, they're going to come out in a unique way because you are a unique being. All right. You are free to be who you are. And learning to embrace all of the qualities that make you unique and feel balanced in your energy and free to express them in the way that you connect with. Actually, that in and of itself is exercising the feminine energy. So I hope you are grabbing a hold of this nuanced energy, and how even in doing what would appear to be a masculine activity with the mindset and intention inside as being self-loving, as being caring for the self-care, all of that other kind of stuff, that is a perfect example of blending the masculine and feminine energy simultaneously. So, another way to embrace your feminine energy is to focus on self-care. Again, from the inside out, okay? This can include taking care of your physical body through exercise and eating and all of that other kind of stuff, equally with caring for your mental and emotional well-being, through journaling, intuitive activities, meditation, et cetera, et cetera. Both the exercise, the healthy eating, as well as the journaling are feminine because of the intention from the inside. Okay, being mindful and intentional about taking care of yourself, right? So I'm exercising, I'm eating healthy because it's a form of self-care, not just because I want to look strong and my appearance or whatever, but because of self-care, because of self-love, because this is going to be healthy and beneficial for me, right? It's the intention that sets it, which is going to help you feel more comfortable in that feminine energy when you realize that you're balancing those two things simultaneously. Okay, so another way to operate in self-care and embrace that feminine energy is to surround yourself with and connect with, okay, we can be in a crowd of people and not connect with positive and supportive people. So this can be, your friends, your family, your mentors, anybody who really uplifts and encourages you to really be your authentic self. This is a great way to be purposefully, intentionally embracing your feminine energies, to surround yourself with people that actually encourage you to do so. So these relationships can provide a sense of community and belonging. These are super important things when we are talking about feminine energy. So, ladies, we not only have an advantage at learning to balance our feminine energy, but we are also called to live as feminine beings. And that looks different for each one of you. Earlier I mentioned not, buying pink ruffle dresses, red lipstick, whatever, in order to feel feminine. But if it does make you feel feminine, expressing yourself in that sort of femininity and that feels good, then by all means fill up your closet and your makeup counter. But what is the most important thing in developing femininity is to first make your own definition of it, right? So I want you to think about what feminine characteristics you value, which ones repel you even, right? That's equally important, and how you want to express those personally, intentionally, mindfully. I was recently told in a conversation, I'm not a Susie Homemaker or a Betty Crocker. When I was coaching someone through, feminine energy and development, ladies, Susie and Betty are not universal ideas of femininity. So let's just get that out of the way right now. Femininity can be expressed in motherhood, right? But for those women who can't have children, that doesn't mean they can't be feminine. That's goofy. Sensuality can be expressed in femininity, but for the tomboy, that doesn't mean she can't be feminine, etc. So we've got to get out of these, social norms and definitions. You've got to define femininity for yourself. Do not chase the ideals of femininity if it doesn't feel authentic to you. You can get inspired, by different things of femininity, online, whatever, people around you, but always ask yourself at the end of the day, does this feel authentic to me? True femininity is about inclusion, understanding, compassion with yourself. There's nothing feminine about not enough or too much. It's really what is authentic for you. So when you're tapping into your femininity, you are accepting and loving yourself fully, loving who you are right now without shaming yourself. So the real journey to femininity should naturally lead you to more confidence, self-love, self-respect. If it doesn't, you're probably approaching it wrong. All right. So there's also something people, avoid femininity. They call it the dark feminine. And again, I wish I could relabel things. I just don't like some of these labels. It's actually referring to, what I may relabel as deep feminine, and I have all these slides in this presentation with the ocean and the waves and things that seem like it could be destructive, it could be chaotic, right? That is things that we refer to as the dark feminine, but that is just an overextension. Don't be afraid of the depth of your emotions and how deeply you may feel something, even if you are looking at it as a negative feeling, right? So anger, chaos, pain, loss, the feminine energy will feel these at a very deep level. It's super important as you are developing, getting comfortable in your femininity, that you actually embrace these emotions and work through them. Stop trying to stuff them down or set them aside or stick them in a box. Actually process through them as a part of loving yourself. So we cannot say, I'm going to express my femininity, but this part I'm going to stick in a box over here because I'm really uncomfortable with it. No, we actually want to be very holistic, because that is what is going to be the healthiest for us. So what does it mean to be comfortable with our femininity? Ladies, to be comfortable with femininity means that we're going to live according to our own definition of femininity. What's feminine for us? You express your femininity in your own unique way and feel feminine doing it, right? You get inspired by other women, but always you're staying true to yourself. You don't bother with like the traditional feminine rules, right? Trying to box yourself into something that's actually not feminine at all. That's bondage. And you learn to embrace all aspects of femininity, including the, as they call dark side, including the depth of femininity and the depth of feeling those emotions and processing through them without being afraid of them or feeling shamed by them or guilty about them. All of that is going to help you become more and more confident every single day. So, in conclusion, for everyone, guys, I hope you didn't completely tune out on that section. Embracing your unique feminine energy is all about recognizing and valuing all the qualities and traits that make up your inner world. Okay, it's about finding and celebrating what makes you uniquely you, fully you, balanced, feeling comfortable and confident in your own skin, both masculine and feminine, by focusing on self-care, and that mindfulness, that intentional self-care, self-love, surrounding yourself by supporting people and purposely connecting, embracing that beauty of acceptance of, our own life. You're going to be able to live a much more fulfilling and authentic life. So thank you for joining us today. We hope that you leave with a greater appreciation and understanding of feminine energy, the beauty and uniqueness of it. Absolutely love. If you have any questions, again, do not hesitate to reach out. You can email us at hello@powercouplehub.com, and we will be more than happy to answer your questions. Talk to you later.